Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Welcome back to Coffee Talk. I am Coach Roxanne, and you are joining me live on the Better Body Fitness fan page. I'm so excited to spend the next 15-ish minutes with you. I think they've been going a little long this week, but that's okay. If you've got time to hang around and watch the message, I am super honored to have you here with me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Michelle, good morning. Beth, good morning again. And happy birthday. Throw Beth a little birthday love. Good morning. I've got my little hound right here. Lisa, good morning. Amy, good morning. Happy Blursday Thursday. Marsha, good morning. Heidi, good morning. I'm so happy you guys are here with me. Hey, Coach and Clutch. Good morning, Corey. I feel like I need a purse that says that, Coach and Clutch. You know what? I could probably get a 31 bag with that embroidered on it. Could I not? I just was talking to Chuck about getting a tattoo. Tammy, good morning. Stacy, good morning. Janet, good morning. Lori, hello and happy Thursday. Ashley, good morning. I think that I want to get a tattoo. I don't know where, but just a nice straight line tattoo that would say, change requires change. What's your plan? Maybe someday. I feel like I've gone through my tattoo stage though, so now I want to put my money towards other things like clothes, shoes. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Charmaine. Diana, buenos dias, señorita. Karen, good morning. Katie, good morning. Amy, good morning. Happy Blursday Thursday. So yesterday we had quite the talk. I feel like that was probably one of our best conversations ever. I hope some of you really took that conversation to heart. If you didn't watch it and you are somebody who feels like you have that on and off again relationship with your scale, beyond, you know what, even a little bit deeper than that, if you feel like you're somebody who has an emotional reaction to the scale, I want you to go watch that video. And if you did watch it and you're still that person today and tomorrow, I want you to go back and watch that video often. I want you, as I said to Chuck, I don't really care if people weigh themselves. Like the scale, how do I say this? We've demonized it. We've demonized the scale. If you can get on that thing and it's just data and you have no emotional reaction and you don't ever get to a point where you say, shouldn't I be losing more? Then go ahead. But if you even have one iota of feelings in regards to what that thing tells you, please go back and watch that video. Who else do we have on here? We have Jenny. Happy birthday, Jenny. Jenny and Beth, both birthday girls are on here today. I love it. I'm spinning. I don't know if you can see that, but I hope you can. Michelle, good morning. Sue, good morning. Michelle, happy Blursday. Lori, yesterday resonated all day long. Did you get rid of your scale? Did you get rid of your scale? If you did, I'd love to know. I would love to know. I know Sarah Flippin Robertson got rid of her scale. Did anybody else? Coach here, Chuck Coach here, if you're fired up this week by Coffee Talk, put some fire below. Let's honor this amazing, woman and leader. She's been on fire lately. Hello, I love it. I love it. Corey, good morning. Erica, good morning. This girl is on fire. And now you know why I'm a coach. All right, my friends. So the day before yesterday, we talked about our why. I had so many more things to say. So between the why and then the scale conversation, I want to bring it back to why today. Back to why. Oh, you guys are the best. Deanna, I posted a pic of the scale, the food scale that I took out of my cupboard where it was hiding. Ooh, I like that one. That is one scale you should not get rid of and you should be using. But funny, you probably don't have an emotional reaction to that scale, do you? Unless you put your food on it and you're like, that's all I get. You guys are the best. Thank you. All right, back to why. Beyond having a why, and that's what we talked about on Tuesday, having a why, being clear about your why, and as life changes, how your why changes. I told you to ask yourself why throughout the day. So beyond having a why, it's asking why. Anytime I don't want to do something, I have to ask myself why. It's too hard. Why? I don't want to do it. Why? There's not enough time. Why? And usually if it's the there's not enough time excuse, it's usually because whatever it is, we haven't made it a priority, or we have so many things on our plate, we don't even know how to organize one more thing on our plate. But I always have to ask myself why, because a lot of times these things are excuses. And I know sometimes we hear that word and we have an emotional reaction to that word, because none of us want to have excuses. We want our things to be facts. We want it to be a fact that we don't have time. We want it to be a fact that it's too hard. We want it to be a fact that we don't want to do it. We don't want these things to be excuses. Dee Dee, good morning. They're excuses that we have probably used for a decade or more, or several decades, especially when it comes to this journey of leading a healthy life. It's like we can have excuses out the yin yang on why things don't work for us or on why we can't do them. But really, at the core of it, it's probably a lot of fear. It's probably a lot of doubt. How many of you sat in the weeds watching from a distance before you jumped onto your first 21 Tough? How many of you right now are still sitting in the weeds, and what's holding you back? What is it that, obviously we're real, right? A lot of times people say, is this a scam? Are you guys for real? This is fake. You see us every day. You see us on our talks. You see the results we share from our clients. You see us sharing our own results. You get to see us on Saturdays working out and sweating with you. We can't fake this. This is 341 episodes of not being able to fake it. We are real. We are here. So you're sitting back there. What's holding you back? What fear? What doubt? Ask yourself why today. Why haven't I done this? But if you've been with us for a week, a month, a year, 5 years, and there's something you're still not doing, I want you to ask yourself today, why? If you're somebody who says every weekend, I need to get better at my weekends, you need to get serious in the why haven't I? Right now we're running a 90-day accountability challenge in our group, and people are journaling things and they're writing down their discoveries. I want you to take that a step further now. When you write down your discovery, when you say, I crave salty foods at the end of the day. On Sundays, I just feel like eating everything and anything. On Friday night, I can't wait to have cocktails. It's time to not only discover it, but ask yourself why and start to write down the whys. I'm tired. It's a habit I've done forever. My spouse does it. My friends do it. Like start to ask yourself why, and then write down all the reasons you have for it. I'm sure you will start to discover a lot of things about yourself. Charlene, good morning. Beth, it's taking that first step. It's so scary. We're going to get to that. That might actually be almost my exact verbiage in here. Again, these are just doubts and fears we have about ourselves. I had to deep dive and figure out where these doubts and fears were coming from. Way back when, 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago, when I was 240 pounds, and I was not happy in my skin. I did not have love for myself, not because I was overweight, but because I never ever had it. I didn't feel like I was worthy enough to love myself at that weight, at that size where I was at. When I started on the journey, I thought it was all about diet. Thought it was all about losing weight. And I thought as I lost weight, I would fall in love with myself. But guess what? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. I lost 100 pounds. I still was consumed with negativity. I still was surrounded by drama. I still was caught up in toxic situations. Losing the weight didn't get me out of those things. I had to deep dive and figure out what was keeping me there, what was holding me back. Was it past failures? Was it past relationships? Was it because I felt like I had tried to be a happier person and that just wasn't who I was? Was it something that I grew up learning? I had to deep dive and figure out why I was able to lose the weight, but why I wasn't able to change my mindset. I don't know where you're at, but it's time to start asking yourself some very serious whys and go beyond that why and start writing things down. Why do I feel like I can't do this? Why do I get sucked into their drama? Why do I still gossip with this person when I get together with them? Start asking yourself these things. Get serious about the changes that you say you want to make. Good morning, Debbie. Once you take this deep dive, you can start addressing these excuses because that's what they are. As much as we want them to be valid facts in our lives, they truly are excuses that we're using to hold ourselves back from something. Your fears, your doubts probably aren't true for you anymore. But we've somehow ingrained them into the bricks of foundation. We've ingrained the fears and the doubts. Or maybe now they're not as scary as you thought they were either. When we ask ourselves why something is too hard, it usually just means we don't know what steps to take. Especially, Beth, this is for the first step. When we say something is too hard, if you're sitting back there and you're in the weeds and you're watching and you're like, one of these days, I'm going to do the 21 Tough Challenge, it's scary to know that we have to take that first step. We have to believe in ourselves to spend $21 or $31 to take that first step to get into a 21 Tough. I would rather spend $31 at Starbucks, right? Come on, let's be serious. I'd rather spend $21 on ice cream this weekend. Come on, right? I know it because I've been there. When we spend $21 or $31 on trying to get healthier, on learning more, we let all those fears and doubts come right back to the surface. Again, maybe you're somebody who's been with us for a long time, and maybe it's alcohol that's holding you back that you struggle with. Maybe it's the weekends. Maybe it's sugar. Whatever it is that's holding you back, but you know it's holding you back. You know it's the one thing that's holding you back from just getting over that hump. But we let those fears and those doubts hold us back. We don't know which first step we should take. And so what do? We don't take any steps at all. We just don't take any steps at all. We're so afraid that we're going to step over a cliff and fall to our deaths, even though we know it's not true. We're just so afraid to take that first step. What if our friends don't like us anymore? What if our spouse gives us a hard time? What if our children look at us and say, why are you doing that, Mom? Right? Oh, what if it happens? What if it happens? What if it happens? So what? Beth, mine was, what are others going to think? And that's what it is. I swear 90% of the time. I don't want anybody to know I'm doing this. And that's okay. Keep your goals quiet. Smash them quietly. But even when it comes to drinking and eating healthy, what are they going to think? What if they want me to drink with them? What if there's no good food? What am I going to do? It's time to ask yourself why. What are you going to do? How are you going to get through it? What happens when Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas come back around and you are surrounded by the same family, I don't even know what the word is, by the same family, whatever, this year, just like you were last year, the temptations, the opinions, the pushers. Are you going to be stronger this year? Or are you going to be just exactly the same as you were last year? What if this year you get to be the pusher? I'm having water. I'm having my Zevia. I've got my fruit and veggies. I'm good, guys. What if you are the example this year? You walk into Christmas and they're going to look at you and say, what have you been doing? Holy man, I don't even recognize you from last Christmas, right? Don't you want to be that person? How many times have you gone to the family reunion? You've gone to the holiday get-together. You've gone to the work party and you've looked at someone else and said, wow, I am so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Don't you want to be that person? And maybe you already are. Maybe you already are. Kylie, I had to think about signing up for the challenge for 2 days. I was afraid to fail. So glad I took the step. I love it, Kylie. I love it. I love it. Hutsek said, Beth, yes, same here. What are others going to think? Beth, I don't explain myself. I just say no thanks. And I want you to, you don't owe anybody an explanation ever. If they are looking for an explanation from you, that is a reflection of where they're at. You don't owe anybody an explanation. I fall into that trap all the time too. Believe me, I fall into that trap all the time. I feel like if somebody says, oh, you look so good, I feel like I have to give an explanation. You don't. You don't. And I always have to make it seem like, oh, I'm working hard. Why do we do that? Hell yeah, I look good. I get up every morning and I do my workout and I do my shake and I eat good and I drink my water. Yeah, I look good. That's harder to say, isn't it? I can say it now. I don't have anybody staring me in the eyes, feeling bad, feeling bad because I'm doing well. We have to get out of that, but I want you to know you're not alone in it. I'm right there with you. Charlene, Kylie, so glad you took the leap. I love it, my friends. I love it. Don't let yourself off the hook because it's hard. Don't let yourself off the hook because it's hard. Figure out what about what you want to accomplish is so hard. And again, ask yourself why. Address those doubts. Address those fears. Address those excuses. When your children sit down at the table to do their homework or read a book or whatever it is, you don't let them off the hook. What do you tell them? Just read the first page. Just do the first problem. Just try. Yet, here we are, again, probably not taking our own advice in one area of our life where it's too hard. Is that meal prepping, meal planning, grocery shopping? Is it getting up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning? Is it getting your water in, getting your steps in? Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe it's a relationship thing. Whatever it is that hard, I know you are capable of overcoming it. Look at everything you have accomplished. Everything in your life that you have accomplished, whatever your hard is right now, I guarantee you, you are capable of getting through it. I know you are. I know you are. I guarantee it. Carrie, same. It took a while for me to get there, but it's easy now and everyone just knows. We went out for ice cream after baseball last night and I didn't get anything. Nobody even questioned it. And you know what's crazy is some people will look at that and they'll think, oh, she doesn't get to have ice cream anymore. Which isn't true, right, Carrie? It's just not every time we go for ice cream. It's just not every time we go to the baseball game. It's just not every time we go out. We still all have our things. Maybe we've decided that we're not going to have it for a month. Maybe for 3 months. Maybe we want to get to a certain goal before we have the ice cream. You have to remember other people's opinions and stories of you are their opinions and stories of you. It's not the facts of your life. Hutsek, Carrie, I haven't had ice cream on our trip yet, except for a few licks on my daughters, and I'm so proud of myself. You guys are amazing. The discipline on here, I love it. I love it. You guys are so dialed into what it is you want. Corey, in February, the hardest thing for me was the pictures. I almost didn't do the 21 day because I couldn't bear to face the photos. Photos are not an issue anymore. I'm so proud of where I am now. I have accomplished some great things with my overall health. The way I look is a benefit of it all, of all the changes I've made. I love that. I love that. Lisa says so many people say, oh, you can't have that, can you? I can have it. I choose not to. I could have it, but I'm going to then have gut issues. I'm going to wake up tomorrow hungover. I could have it. I choose not to. Lori, the first no thanks is the hardest, but as we gain strength, it gets easier. It's working that no thanks muscle. No thanks. No, but thank you so much, right? Right? It's that muscle. You got to work it. Chris said to Corey, nice work. I love it. And it's not that those things, those are excuses. It's not that they're not valid. They are. Usually they stem from us not wanting to make a change. It's not that your excuses aren't valid. We probably just don't want to make a change, and that's why they are so strong. It's why we think they're so hard. It's why we think we can't do it. It's from us not wanting to try something new. How many of you, you've gotten the 4 S's down, right? And now next comes the tracking. How many of you are overwhelmed by writing down your food? By writing it all down and actually seeing it on paper. In the next step of our 90-day accountability, we're going to log some calories. How many of you are like, I don't know, give me the oxygen mask. I don't know if I can do this. How do I know? Because I've been there. I get it. I'm with you on this. But it's only scary right now. Again, I totally believe you're capable of it. I know you're capable of it. Change sucks sometimes. Yes, I'm going to say it. Change sucks. Being uncomfortable sucks all the time. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. It sucks every single second of the moment when we're uncomfortable. And sucking at something, yep, it sucks. Sucking at something sucks. If you suck at tracking calories, yeah, that sucks. Guess what? You'll get better. It gets easier. Just like when you first stepped foot out into your gym and you did that first squat. I'll bet you it wasn't great. Or maybe your first cardio day. I'll bet you it wasn't great. But where are you now today? I'll bet you the very first warm-up, you were like, this is just the warm-up. And here you are today, Ruth, getting to the end of the workout today, being like, that's it. We're done? That was amazing, right? Everything sucks to start. Everything. Nothing worth having is going to be easy to start. It all sucks. Beth, embrace the suck. Yeah, so whatever it is you're struggling with, ask yourself, why? Back to why. Write it all down, but don't stop there. Now, how are you going to change it? Set out some actions so that you can overcome this. What's your plan? Ask yourself why. What are the actions that you can take? Again, change requires change. That's going to be my tattoo. Change requires change. If you are the person who has said forever, weekends are my hardest, why? Because the change is probably going to be pretty darn tough because you've been probably having the same weekends for a decade. But change requires change. Do you want something different? Do you want a different result? Only you can answer that question. You're probably killing it Monday through Thursday. Change requires change. What are you going to do about it? Corey, but it also sucks to suck. Yes, it does. Sucking sucks. It does. There are lots of things that I didn't want to do when I started on my journey because I didn't want to suck at it. But bigger than that, I didn't want people to see me sucking at it. I didn't want people to know that I was eating healthy and then see me eat a slice of pizza. Everybody sucks at first. Everybody sucks at first. But I'll tell you this, some people won't even try to suck at first. They won't. They won't even take that first step. You are so far ahead of where you were 5 years ago. You are so far ahead of where you were 10 years ago. Keep on going. Keep on going. All right, my friends, that's where I'm going to leave it today. Join Coach Chuck at noon. I think we're going to have a traveling noon nugget today. We're taking you on the road. I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow morning. It's the Coffee Nugget. Coach Chuck and I will be here live together with you. And then Saturday, 7:30, we have our Weekend Warrior. We would love to sweat with you, my friends. All right, go out and have a fantastic day. And remember, why? Ask yourself why. Love you all.